I didn't choose the hiking on pavement life. It's January. Should be pretty cold, but 40 degrees today. Hard to beat that. In fact, here I am thinking, oh, I'm gonna go up the canyon a little bit, hang out for a little while. It'll be colder than it is down at my house. No, I'm burning up. Got too many layers on. What is this? Like a jacket? Big old thick base layer. Whew. Now here's the real reason that we came up today. I finally invested in getting me a proper hammock setup. So I got some money that was available to spend, and I purchased this underquilt from Hammock Gear as well as the top quilt. So I've got the Incubator 40 degree, which the reason that I came up today is because it's about 40 degrees outside. I really want to test this thing, and this is the first time I've ever set it up. And I also got the Hammock Gear Burrow Econ 40 degree in the poppy red. Now I went ahead with the short on this, and specifically speaking of the Incubator, the underquilt, I did the short instead of the regular just to save a little bit of weight. It covered about the exact length of my body, so I'm thinking with being able to put a beanie on and just some nice socks and everything, I should be just fine for that length. Now in the past, all of the hammock camping that I've done has been with a pad. I've never had an underquilt, so this is my first time laying in a hammock with an underquilt. This feels like the right step for me to be able to really get into hammock camping and really try this thing out. And I feel like I've got the right gear, a good brand to be able to make that experience really positive. So we're gonna climb into this thing. I'm actually gonna take my knife and my flashlight out of my pocket, kick off my boots. Now what I haven't been able to figure out yet is how to adjust everything. So we're gonna work on that as we go. But I just want this initial setup, get into the quilt, which just showed up today. I'm really excited about this. So you people that are really good with hammocks, something that you could do to help me out right now is let me know how I can adjust this better. I already know that I'm gonna get back on YouTube and look at videos from Shug, and I know that my friend Mark from Spaguyver Backpacking, he's got like an adjustment video for these Incubator quilts, so I'm gonna check that out, see how I can adjust this a little bit better. But first impressions so far, I'm really liking the fact that I'm sitting in this hammock. It's 40 degrees out here right now, and I'm not cold. Like, I'm not cold at all. So I'm gonna kick back, lay down for a little bit, and just see if I can get a good lay in this hammock and try to find a good comfortable position. So one of the things that's always kind of annoyed me about hammock camping is how finicky and how much adjustment needs to happen with the hammock. A tent is really straightforward, it's really simple, and this I'm already noticing there are so many different things that have to be done to give the perfect type of hang and to get it exactly where you want it to be. So I've already been up here for about a half hour, 45 minutes after I got this initially set up and laid in it for the first time. I tried putting a ridge line up and everything to change how the hammock hangs and the sag on it and whatnot, and trying to get a good comfortable lay. And I think one of the glaring things that everybody has told me and what I read and whatnot is I am gonna need a longer, wider hammock to get a real comfortable lay. This is pretty dang comfortable, but I am getting a lot of like calf ridges, and it's not something that I can really adjust because the hammock is just not long enough, so it's pulling the fabric pretty tight in those areas. But I'm excited about it. Really, really warm. It's like now under 40 degrees as the sun keeps going down, and laying in this thing with the 40 degree top quilt, the 40 degree underquilt. I did put 1 ounce of extra fill in both the top quilt and underquilt when I ordered them. I don't know if that makes a huge difference, to be quite honest. 1 ounce is not a ton of extra fill, but it's warm. And what I'm wearing right now is just some pants. I've got this base layer on, a t-shirt, and I am plenty warm laying in the hammock. So that's a huge positive for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and just show you kind of what I've got going on here. This is my DIY hammock made from the Hyper D material. It's just under 10 feet long. I think it's actually 9 feet 4 inches. And so those of you that do a lot of hammock camping, the first thing you're gonna tell me is, I need to get a longer hammock, and that is going to be the case. And I've already been looking at different options that are available out there. Specifically, I'm probably going to get the Darien from Dream Hammock. But until then, we're just gonna keep trying out this system, see how it works, and kind of go for it. But I wanted to get in this thing, kind of get a lay here so that you can see kind of what I'm talking about. And then I can actually look at it on video as well and see how well the lay looks on this thing and what I need to adjust and whatnot. And you guys can help me with that as well. I think the length of the underquilt, being the short, with me being about 5'8", 5'9" inches, it's positive. It doesn't seem like it's too short. And when I measured it, it actually was right at about 5 foot 8.5 inches with it laid down on the ground. So that was positive for me, that I didn't really have to get the regular, especially if I'm using this more in a summer type of scenario. I was able to save a little bit of weight, like about 2.5 ounces or so, and so I'm excited about it. But the top quilt, my dog is being awesome. Top quilt's really, really warm, really comfortable. And I did the snaps on the bottom of the foot box and the drawstring, and I like that, as opposed to doing the sewn foot box, especially for a 40 degree. I did a lot of thinking and a lot of research on what I wanted for that. But I'm gonna lay back in this thing. So right here, that's a pretty comfortable hang. I mean, I could easily sleep like this. This is really nice, actually. But I do have, just laying here, I do have a ridge that's coming right over my knee. And the other thing that I'm having is my heels are being pushed together pretty hard. So, but you can notice that, I mean, the top of the quilt is right here. My feet, my toes are right here. So, not bad. Pretty excited about it. My feet don't fully feel like they are within the underquilt. So, that's going to be kind of interesting. Yeah, and that ridge along my knee is kind of frustrating. So I'm gonna have to play with this, but it's not horrible. Kind of like it, actually. I think I could deal with it until I have an extra $100 to spend on getting that dream hammock. But this is good. So warm. So we'll just take one more quick look at the system. Many of you are already familiar with the hammock gear, where it's got this cool baffle that is there to eliminate any kind of draft going down underneath inside of the quilt. Got my hammock, and then there is the top quilt, the 40 degree Burrow Econ with the Incubator Econ 40 degree as well, with 1 ounce of extra fill on both of them. So it might increase the degree rating just a little bit. If you have suggestions for me, please share them. I would love any kind of extra education, things that I could change and adjustments that would be necessary to make this more effective. I'm gonna keep playing with it here for the next little bit. Just enjoy myself. I'm the only person up here right now. It is just a really beautiful afternoon / evening, and excited about these new products that I purchased, and can't wait to really get out and use them and enjoy a full night of sleep using these cool products. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. As always, please have an awesome day.